Purge me from your computers.
And finally, he was offered a way to purge that guilt, and he took it.
Hey everyone, and welcome to TalkWord. You know, the show where we get really nerdy about English words. So have you ever stopped to think about how a single word can be used for something totally normal, like cleaning your house, and also for something huge, like world-changing, history huge? Well, today we're going to unpack a word that does just that. And that word is purge. Yeah, you might say you're purging your closet, right? Just getting rid of old stuff. But then you'll hear that same word used to describe some of the most intense and, well, dramatic events in human history. So how can one little word carry all that weight? Let's dive in and figure it out. Okay, so to really get how purge can be this chameleon of a word, we've got to find the root idea. What's the one single concept that ties all its different meanings together? All right, so at its heart, purge is all about removal. Simple enough. But, and this is the important part, it's not just any kind of removal. Look at the definition, decisively or violently. That's the key, right there. It's not a gentle suggestion, it's final, it's absolute. It's basically saying this is gone and it's not coming back. You know, the easiest way to think about it is like this. Imagine a really, really deep clean. When you purge your stuff, you're not just tidying up or reorganizing. No way. You are actively removing things. You're getting them out for good with a clear purpose. Okay, so now that we've got that core idea locked in, this idea of a really decisive removal, let's look at how you and I would probably use this word in just, our normal everyday lives. So most of the time we use purge for pretty casual stuff. It's very low stakes. You might purge your closet of clothes you never wear anymore. Or purge your phone of all those apps you downloaded and then forgot about. See, you're still decisively removing something you don't want, but the consequences are, well, you just have more space on your phone. No big deal. But here's where it gets serious. What happens when we take that exact same idea, that forceful removal, and we stop applying it to things like clothes and apps and start applying it to people? Suddenly, the word doesn't change, but its meaning, its weight, gets a whole lot darker. And this brings us to the other side of purge, the heavier, more significant meaning you'll run into when you're talking about politics or reading about history. In this context, the unwanted things aren't objects, they're people, political enemies, entire groups of people, anyone who disagrees. And that phrase, decisive or violent removal, well, it becomes a horrifying reality. It's wild when you think about it. The core idea is the same as cleaning out your closet. But the outcome, the consequences, are absolutely world-changing. And this, right here, is why context is everything when it comes to language. It's proof that a word's dictionary definition is only half the story. The situation you use it in, that's what gives it its real power. Let's look at these two meanings side by side. It's pretty stark. So look at this. On the left, I purged my social media friends. Totally normal, right? We've all done it. It means you unfriended a few people. But on the right, the regime purged its political enemies. Whoa! Same verb, purged, but a completely different universe of meaning. That's the power of context, right there, in black and white. Okay, so this is a powerful word. How do you make sure you're using it correctly without accidentally saying something you don't mean? Well, I've got a super simple little guide for you. Before you use purge, just do a quick mental check. Ask yourself 3 things. 1, what's being removed? Is it an object, like an old t-shirt, or is it a person? 2, how is it being removed? Are we talking about clicking a button, or are we talking about force? And 3, what's the conversation about? Is it casual, like cleaning your house, or is it a serious discussion about history? Just running through that in your head will make sure you always hit the right note. And really, that's the big takeaway here, isn't it? The same word that helps you clean out your closet can also describe a huge national tragedy. The difference isn't the word itself, it's the world you build around it. Context is truly king. Kind of makes you think, right? Purge is a great example, but it's definitely not the only word out there with this kind of hidden power. So I'll leave you with this question. What other simple, everyday words do you know that carry a secret, much more powerful meaning? Hey, if you thought this was cool and you love diving into words like this, there are so many more to explore. You can continue the journey with us by downloading the TalkWord mobile app. You can even create your own little podcasts about words with 2 super friendly hosts to guide you. It's a lot of fun. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.
It feels good to purge.
The purge is not enough for you?
No.